Welcome back, digital class, and now we are looking at addition and subtractions of fraction. So, before I start, let me just give you a quick reminder. Now, addition and subtraction of fraction is slightly different from multiplication and division of fraction. So, please do not confuse with that, okay? But addition and subtraction is actually very, very similar. Now, let's look at some of the basic steps that I would like to introduce you, okay? Now, first, if denominators are different, you are supposed to use LCM to make it the same. So again, what is denominator? Just in case you forgot what is denominator. Now, if I have a fraction 2 out of 3, now remember, this is called numerator and this is called denominator. Okay? Now, this basically tells you that if you want to add two fractions together or subtract two fractions, you must make sure this must be the same. Okay, again, it's very, very important. Okay, it's a bit more particular. Next one, number 2. Whatever you do to the denominator, you must do the same to the numerator. Now, for example, this is 3, right? Example, I feel like I want to make it to become 6. So I times 2 here, and I know that it will become 6 here at the bottom. And if I times 2 here, I must times 2 at the top, the numerator part. And that will become 4. Okay? Why? Because you remember, 4 out of 6 and 2 out of 3 is something called the equivalent fraction. Means that that's actually the same thing. And just like you can see, if I have a like this, like this, like this, if I cut, this is 2 out of 3. Then if I cut like this, 4 out of 6. Oh, wait, 1. Okay, let me shade. 2 out of 3 is like this, right? So 1, 2, 3. And this is also the same as 4 out of 6. That's why they are called equivalent fraction. So it's okay to do that, okay? Now, and the next thing that you need to take note is step 3, add or subtract the numerators. Then you can do whatever things that you want. And the next thing that is something very important is you must simplify your final answer, okay? If it's needed, simplify it. Okay, so I've divided addition of and subtraction of fraction into like 4 levels here. So let's start with something that's more simplest. Okay, the first one, 1 out of 2 plus 3 out of 2. What does that equal to? So I know that 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Now, please don't confuse yourself, okay? Now, the bottom part, the denominator, you don't need to add them together, okay? You don't need. You just need to, okay, make sure they are the same and write back the same thing. Okay? So again, I repeat. 1 plus 3 becomes 4. But, here is 2, here is 2, here will still be 2. Okay? Now, we basically do step 3, and step 4 means what? Simplify. 4 divided by 2 is what? 2. And that's it, you are done. Next one, 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 equal to what? 2. And again, if here is 5, here is 5, here will still be 5. Okay, so that is basically what is it. Okay, now next one, level number 2. This is something that's slightly tricky now. Now, here says what? 1 out of 2 plus 1 out of 10. Now, if you still remember my steps here, step number 1 means what? If denominators are different, use LCM to make denominators the same. So here, this is 2, here is 10. I know that this is different, and I must make it the same. What is LCM of 2 and 10? And I know it's actually 5. So I can multiply 5. And again, step 2. Whatever you do to the denominator, you must do the same to the numerator. It means that I times 5 here, I must times 5 here. So here will become 5 out of 10 plus 1 out of 10. And that gives me what? 5 plus 1, 6. Again, 10, 10. Here's supposed to still be 10. Okay, I've done my addition. Now, last part, step 4. Simplify your answer. Can I simplify? Yes. What I can do is I can divide by 2. I can divide by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And that is my answer, 3 out of 5. Now, level 2, the second example. Again, the denominators are still different. So I must make it the same by using LCM. So what is the LCM of 3 and 4? I know it's 12. So I times 4, I times 4. Don't forget step number 2. If I times 3, I times 3. And that makes it become 4 out of 12 minus 3 out of 12. Now, again, what should I do? You know that I am supposed to minus here, 4 minus 3, 1. And 12, 12, and here will be 12. Okay, I think so far so good. That is something that's very basic. You are adding and subtracting some of the basic fractions here. Okay, the proper fractions. Now, level 3 starting to involve in something that is called the mixed number. Okay. Now, honestly speaking, doing this, there are many kind of like there are a few ways to do it. Okay. But this is something that I will try to introduce to you to make it a bit simple. Okay, level 3. 3 plus 1 out of 10. Now, 3 plus 1 out of 10. So very simple. So here's 3. We just plus 1. So 3 plus 1 is what? 4. So it's 4, 1 out of 10. Okay, simple, right? Now, what is the tricky part is here, where you see something called the subtraction happens between a number and a mixed number. I mean, I believe many of you tempted to do like 5 minus 2, 3. So 3, 1 out of 4, right? Many of you tempted to do this. Okay, but this is wrong. Because we need to make sure that there is something to minus this fraction here. Okay, now, if you still remember, here, let me just scroll up a bit. Okay, you can see this is 5, right? This is 5. If I scroll up, back to what we learned about this number line. Okay, do you notice that 1 is the same thing as 5 out of 5? 1 is the same thing as 5 out of 5. So what I am trying to tell you is that I actually can separate this into 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 basically. Okay, 4 and 1. And this one, okay, 4 is 4 here. This one, I can make it into a fraction. For example, I'll make it into 4 out of 4. Mr. Lo, why 4? I mean, because here is 4 ma. So I make here to become 4. So it's easy for us to minus. So in this case, it will be 4 out of 4. 10 minus 2, 1 out of 4. Then Mr. Lo, then what should we do? Very simple. This yellow plus yellow, minus yellow, sorry. Then the purple color minus the purple color. So in this case, it will become what? 4 minus 2, 2. 4 over 4 minus 1 out of 4, 3 out of 4. And that's it. You are done. Now, some of you might be like wondering, Mr. Law, I don't understand. Here, you need a fraction to minus a fraction. But why don't you need a fraction here to plus another fraction? I mean, it's okay, right? Actually, nothing plus this will become something, right? But I cannot use nothing to minus something, right? Again, repeat. Nothing plus something, it will become that thing. It's possible. But I cannot use nothing to minus a something. Okay? That's why we need something, which is another fraction, to minus this fraction. Okay? I think that makes sense. So let's try and do level 4, which is something a bit more interesting now, which becomes mixed number and mixed number. Okay, let's look at here. 1, 3 over 4 plus 2, 5 over 12. So now what should we do with this? Okay, let me just quickly remind you again. Again, we always must make sure what? The denominator must be the same. Okay? So if it's not the same, then we will make it the same by looking for LCM. So the LCM of 4 and 12 basically is 12. So I times 3 here, and if I times 3 here, I times 3 here. So now it will become 1, 9 over 12 plus 2, 5 over 12. Okay, and what should we do? The same thing lah. We just need to add them together. So 1 plus 2, 3. Again, the same thing, 1 and 2 add together. Let me just highlight for you. The yellow color part will plus the yellow color part. Then the purple color part will add with the purple color part. Now 9 plus 5, it gives you what? 9 plus 5, it gives you 14. Then 12 plus 12, no, it's still 12, yeah? You should not add that. Now that creates something a bit confusing now. Huh? Did you, what, 3, 14, 12? I thought mixed numbers should not have improper fraction. Yes, you are right. It should not have. So we're supposed to split this up. 3 plus 12 out of 12. Correct, 12 out of 12. Another one is 2 out of 12. Why? Because 12 plus 2 is 14, right? So we can split this out. And I know, interestingly, this 12 of 12 is what? 1 more. This is 1, right? So you also can say it's 3 plus 1 plus 2 out of 12. So you can just say it's actually 4, 2 out of 12. Okay, make sense? Make sense? Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. Now, I believe up to here you make sense. It makes sense, right? Teacher, do I need to write all these steps? I don't need actually. You can straight away skip until like this. I'm just writing this step to help you to understand a bit better. And after you're done with that, what can you do next? Yes, just now I almost forget. You are supposed to simplify. 2 and 12, 1 out of 6. And yes, that's it. Okay. If you feel it's a bit confusing, again, you can watch it again, or I would just suggest you randomly write some mixed number out and try to add them together. Then, if you're not sure with the answer, use calculator to try to add together. Okay? Again, you may be wondering, Mr. Law, we can just use calculator. Why do we need to learn all these things? Yes, but how about paper one? Okay? And honestly speaking, this is something that is very, very basic that you must know. Okay? Let's continue. The next fraction here. 4 and here's 8. Again, we need to make sure they are the same. So what is the LCM of 4 and 8? 8. So I multiply 2, I multiply 2. So now it becomes 3. 2 out of 4 minus 1. Oh, sorry. 2 out of 8 already. Okay. 2 out of 8 minus 5 out of 8. Then, Mr. Low, 3 minus 1 can, but the problem is 2 out of 8 minus 5 out of 8 cannot minus. Yes, in that case, what you can do? Again, this idea is very important, right? 12 of 12 become 1 like this. Means that what I can do now is to separate this 3. Yes, this 3 I can become 2 plus 8 out of 8. Correct, 8 out of 8 is 1, right? 1 plus 2 is 3, right? So I separate this to become here, then plus 2 out of 8 minus 1, 5 out of 8. Let's look at only this part first, okay? 8 plus 2 is what? 10. So I can say it's actually 2. 10 out of 8 minus 1, 5 out of 8. Then now you can minus already. Okay? So again, I'm separating these 3, they become 2 and 8 out of 8. Then I combine these two together. Now, and what you can do? 2 minus 1 is 1. 10 minus 5, 5. So the answer basically is 1, 5 out of 8. So far so good. A bit confusing maybe for some of you, but again, it's okay. We just need to try and learn this by doing more practices. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, Mr. Low, I'm a bit... I have a question. Why we don't see any improper fraction adding another improper fraction? I mean, but we know that improper fraction is actually what? Is mixed number. So, is the same thing, okay? But what I want to show you now is that the other way of doing this level 4, level 3 is that we actually can convert this mixed number into an improper fractions. Okay, let me just show you an example. Maybe I'll just show you this example, this one, because it's the same thing, right? Okay, now I'll just do this. Okay, 3 1 out of 4 minus 1 5 out of 8. Now, okay, if you feel like this method that I'm doing that I did just now is a bit confusing, perhaps you would prefer this way. Again, the first thing that you should do is always convert this into the same. Okay, maybe we just convert this into mixed improper fraction first. So 4 times 3 plus 1. 4 times 3, 12. 12 plus 1, 13 over 4. 8 times 1, 8. 8 plus 5. 1 times 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13 over 8. And again, I need to make sure the denominator are the same. So I multiply by 2, I multiply by 2. So that gives you 26 over 8 minus 13 over 8. This is 26. Here's 13. So 26 minus 13, that gives me 13 out of 8. So what is the answer? I convert this back to mixed number. So 8 times 1 gives me 8. So 13 minus 8 is 5. So, and that is the answer. Okay, so the same thing here, you actually also can convert into what we call it as the improper fraction. Then you add them together. And that perhaps for some of you is a bit easier. Okay, so that's it for addition and subtraction of fraction. There are many ways that we can solve a problem, that you can choose a way that you prefer. Okay, if you found a way online that's better, easier than mine, feel free to use it as long as it's logical. Okay, I think we are done. This is a long video and I hope you learned something. That's all from me today. Thank you. See you.